Hi, this is Bill Lindsay. The video that you're going to see today is how we prep for deer season with the fields that we have on our property. This will be showing you the video of one of the fields that we have. We typically plant in early September so that the fields will be ready to go for early October bow season and then following muzzleload season in November here in Virginia. Our fields are typically 3 to 5 acre lots where we typically plant winter wheat and clover. We have planted other things, but we find that those are easy to plant, easy to grow, and we don't have competition with the birds and things like that. So the video you'll see today shows the processes that we use to do these fields and how we structure them, with where we leave certain things. Like we like to leave our oak trees in our fields. We like to make our fields wide enough that we can shoot across them if we can, but you don't want to make the fields too small where the deer eat up the crops early in the year. You want them to last through the season. So hope you enjoy the video. Before disking my fields, we typically bush hog them as low as we can get them, and then we'll go over them with the disc to break up the grass and kill whatever grass or weeds that are in the field. See how the blind blends in real nice with the woods? That's how I like to build my blinds, and I like to get them off the ground. Also, when I pick my areas for my fields, I typically leave the oak trees that are within the fields, as you can see here, to provide acorns along with whatever crop that I plant in the field. Typically winter wheat and clover is what I plant. It seems to be the easiest to grow. When I pick my locations for hunting, I typically want to clear a space that's large enough to keep feed in there throughout hunting season, yet not too big where the deer can't go on the other side of the field and you can't get a shot at them. So typically a couple acre plots, 2 to 5 acres depending on the field, and I'll strategically locate stands around the field depending on the wind and things like that. I like to ensure that the dirt is fairly powdery before we plant, so we typically disc the fields several times. We might even do it a week in advance prior to planting, just to break up the ground, and then we'll go over it again 1 or 2 more times before we plant. This area here where you see a lot of the green along the edge of the woods, it's usually wet, so I typically don't plant that anymore, and I let whatever comes up come up there, because I find that if I disc it up and it rains, it just becomes a mud hole. So I'd rather keep whatever green grass comes up in there as is, and I'll trim it down with the bush hog in the summertime. we're getting ready to level off the field and put some fertilizer and lime down. As you can see, we've removed the disc since we finished disking. We went ahead and installed the spreader. That's how we plant our seeds. We could use a regular planter to plant things in rows, but we find that for our winter wheat cover crop, being that we're not going to harvest it, it's fine to just plant it this way. It comes up great for the deer. And you'll see that we used a chain to extend to our harrow, and then our harrow helps level off the ground. We also found that if you put a heavier chain on the back of the harrow, it'll also help level off the ground a little bit faster. So we'll go ahead and spread lime first using the spreader while we're leveling, and then we'll put fertilizer on after that, and then we'll start putting down seed. So here we go. Okay, this is the lime we use. It's just pelletized lime. You can get, they sell it anywhere, almost any store has it. So we'll put down in this particular field about 3 bags of lime. We're finished with the lime. Now we're putting some 10-10-10 down. You can see here, you can get this just like the lime. You can get this basically anywhere, like Walmart's, True Value, places like that. So we're going to put down about 2.5 bags of 10-10-10 into this specific field. And these bags are 50-pound bags. The lime bags were 40-pound bags. Okay, we're getting ready to put down the winter wheat cover crop. It comes in a 50-pound bag. We get ours from Crop Productions in near us. So we're going to go ahead and put down a little over 2 bags of this. Spread it out with a spreader. Okay, so this is what the winter wheat cover crop looks like. As you can see, it's a little bit bigger than grass seed. So we finished planting the winter wheat cover crop. Now we're going to plant it's a mixture of perennial clover and chicory. We're going to plant that. This is what the seed looks like. We're going to go ahead and we have to unfortunately walk this with a hand planter, as you see there, because the seed's so small it would come out too quickly in the tractor spreader. Okay, the field has been fully planted and leveled, and all we need now is rain. I typically plant my fields, a day or two before a storm is planned so that I can get rain on it as soon as possible. We'll come back and check it in a couple weeks, and I'll show you what that looks like as well. Here's what the field looks like a few weeks after we planted it. It didn't really take off till we got some good rain. It looks good. And you can see some of the chicory and clover is already starting to come up in it as well.